Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Nelson Creek Farm. I'm Farmer Dave, and it's a beautiful, sunny Tuesday, the 7th of March. But don't let the sunshine fool you. It's only about 34 degrees out here today. So what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to try to start the old side-by-side that's been sitting out here all winter, which is something I'd really prefer it not to do. Weather's hard on it, like it is most everything else, but because of that big obnoxious New Holland hay baler I've got, this thing has to sit out. So let's give this thing a whirl and see if it's got enough juice in the battery to even start, and we'll go for a ride around the farm today. Guess not. Well, I guess it won't start today. Darn it. Fan comes on though, the fan's running. You can hear it. And something's clicking underneath the seat. So we're gonna pop the top, see what's going on. This thing starts and runs off of what looks to be like a lawnmower battery. So I'm going to put a charger on it right quick, see what it says with a tester and charger, if it'll take a charge, and see if that doesn't get us going. This is something else I don't much care for leaving outside all year in the weather, is the new tractor. And even though I don't like the Cub Cadet lawnmower, I don't like it sitting outside either. So, yeah. I know the tractor will start, so we're going to end up using it. And what we're doing with it today, we're going to turn it into a giant pooper scooper. You got to get rid of some kitty litter. Yeah. How do you like that? You never thought you'd see a show about kitty litter, did you? Another thing I'm going to add to the mix is some of the ash out of the pellet stove. I know that makes good potash, some people say, for fertilizer, but seeing how we're still frozen around up here and got snow everywhere, it's going in there and I'm going to go dump it. Okay, we're going to see what this thing will do today. I wasn't able to find my battery charger. The door to the shop has a big blob of ice and snow packed in front of it, so it won't swing open. So I got to wait a while yet for that to thaw out, melt down, and go away so I can get in there to get to that charger. So the side-by-side's going to have to sit. And quite honestly, it could probably stand to have a new battery this year. Okay, we're going to dump this right about in here somewhere. There we go. The kitty litter is not hot, so there's no danger of fire or that sort of thing with that. Ha 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 ha. In the next month or so, we are going to be replacing those fence posts right there. We're going to get a better measurement on where they need to be located, because I think they need to actually come over this way some more. And if you recall, it's got to get replaced anyway, because the back one back there, pardon my finger, anyway, they set fire to that one and burned it off. So yeah, I'm real impressed with the neighbors. That is going to get replaced so we can run a wire fence from this end of the property down towards the duck pond, just to help secure the property from people coming in off the road, because they can hop over that fence real easy. So yeah, that's something that's a project coming up. I am not going to get it done before the show though, because it doesn't need to be done before the show. there's one of our little pine trees out here that has survived the winter, maybe, hopefully. As a matter of fact, that looks about like to be the only tree that has survived out here out of the 6. So I think what we're going to do this year is we're going to finally get a sprinkler system installed out here, or get some way to get water to them, probably by irrigating this field that I'm in. I'm in the east field now. And yeah, we'll have to have some more to block the view from the neighbor. Yeah. That big tree stump right there that come off that willow tree there in the side yard is earmarked to maybe go to one of the guys from the tractor bunch that's going to come by and play with some old tractors this year. He said he was interested in that to maybe throw axes at. So he's going to see if he can round up a chainsaw with a big long bar on it to cut it off and make it square so he can toss axes. And what I mean by axe is like chopping wood axe. Yeah, that's what he's wanting to toss at it. The old lumberjack type thing. So, yeah, if he wants it, he can have at it. Hey, what does a guy use to make his wife look the same as she did when he married her 30 years earlier? Give up? Beer? I know this doesn't look like much right now, but right here in the field, there's a finger again. Anyway, that area right here is going to be part of the pumpkin patch we're going to be doing this fall. My intent is to get out there with this tractor and the rototiller and till that up, make it all nice and sort of level, and get some pumpkins put in there. And hopefully the guys with the old tractors and stuff will come out and help work up this field here that I'm in, the east field, and we'll put some pasture grass in here, or some alfalfa or something. Yeah. As soon as the ground and whatnot dries out enough where I can get in here with the tractor, we're going to pull up all the rest of this gated pipe that I took apart to irrigate the field that we're in here. We're in the east field. We're going to take it all up so that we can run the old tractors and the plows and the disc and whatever from the south field here through that way to the north field. And there's another thing I need to do is over along that fence line, and I don't know that you can really see it because it's buried in a bunch of weeds, is the feeder pipe that comes down along that fence line to feed into this gated pipe. That needs to get lifted up, and there's a couple things that need to be done with it. The reasons I need to do something with that feeder pipe is simply, well, I need to burn the weeds that are along that fence line to keep the fence line clean, and I can't do that with that plastic pipe there because, as you well know, it'd catch fire, melt, and I'd have to buy new. So if I have it buried under the ground, there won't be any issues with burning the weeds along that fence line to keep that clean. The next thing that is an issue with that being there is somebody, if you recall, took a pry bar and pried it apart last summer. And yeah, I'll see if I can't get you a photo of it right here. Right here is where somebody put the pry bar in and literally pried this section apart right here. And what would happen here is every time water would come down here to go to the gated pipe so I could irrigate that east field, it'd all run out here and flood out into the south field and just basically make one heck of a huge mess. So, yeah, like I said, you can see where the pry bar went, right in there. Yep, and pried that apart. Now, my son will argue the point and say that the heating and expansion and contraction will pull pipe apart. And I totally agree with that. But I think in this case, that evidence is pretty well in the photographs. Somebody was in there with a pry bar and pulled it apart. Now, who did it? I have a couple of suspicions, but nothing set in concrete. I never found any footprints or anything. It just had busted stuff. Did I ever mention I hate gophers? Yeah, look at that little mounds. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Yeah, I'm going to call it quits for today. Go in and get some of my own stuff taken care of, laundry and whatever. I know that sounds exciting, right? Yeah, when you're the only guy running the whole show, you gotta allot your time accordingly. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for today. As always, don't forget right down there to subscribe. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Eventually, hopefully, we'll get over 500 subscribers. That would be cool. I'll do a special video for that one if we get there. And in the meantime, make sure you tell all your friends and family about the show or the channel if they're interested in this sort of thing. And yeah, keep on watching, folks. You never know what we're going to come up with, like turning a brand new tractor into a giant pooper scooper. Anyway, like I said, please subscribe right down there. I'm Farmer Dave. We'll keep in touch with you and keep on following, and we'll have something actually going on here one of these days. Anyway, y'all be safe out there, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye-bye for now.